Okay. Let me fix that up right quick. Here I go. Check this out. When I say something stink, I mean I smell something ain't right. Something ain't right. I'm smelling something that ain't right. And I'm trying to bring you up, give you a pull up and a pull away. That's what my charge is. My charge is to point it out to you. Give you a path to get rid of it. Encourage you to do it immediately so that you can see the results in this life and the hereafter. Today, I want to tell you about the stench that I smell in marriages. How the shaitan, the devil, is inside that situation. So when you fix your relationship with Allah and go back and look for what did Allah say about this situation happening in my marriage? What Allah left instructions on how to fix problems in your marriage, in your economics, in your spiritual life, in your moral life, in your principle life. Allah has left instructions, excuse me, for us to use to bring about all that is good. So you having problems in your marriage. Some kind of way the woman is depressed, bored, having anxiety attacks. And instead of going to Allah and seeking guidance from Allah and His messenger on the understanding of the companions, we shoot straight to somebody who can write a prescription for some type of pill that'll put you in a zombie state. And then they set an appointment for you about 3 months later to see how far you have been hypnotized or living in this zombie state, and where do I begin to convince you that you are all right now? Your depression seems to be under control. See the game? You get suffering from anxiety or depression or both of them, schizophrenia or whatever. You don't go to Allah for the answers. You don't seek out the messenger or on the understanding of the companion. You go straight to the doctor. This doctor do not judge or work by the book of Allah, nor the sunnah of the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. So he writes you a prescription. Come back, see me in 2 months, 3 months. Now you keep taking those medications for a couple of months before the next visit so he can do a follow-up, what he call a follow-up, right? Now you come in there how you feel, Mr. Assad? Oh, I'm okay. I feel a lot better since I've been taking the medication. I'm not as depressed as I was before. So what do you think? Do you think the dosage is high enough? Would you like to reduce it or increase it? I really don't know. Uh, I think I just let it stay like this. That's great, Mr. Assad. It seemed like to me that the medication is working on you and for you. Uh, what I want you to do, I want you to don't miss no doses. Nah, you been missing any doses? No, I ain't missed no doses or nothing. I take my medicine every day. Really? Yeah, I do. Really, I take it every day. That's good. The subject is taking the bait. He's using the pills every day. The subject believed me when I told him he was doing great. I don't have no reason to think that he don't believe me. So he gave you some drugs. He drugged you up, got your mind in a zombie state, then told you you was doing fine. While he wrote the next prescription, renewed the prescription for you. You see where I'm at? You see where I'm going with this? See where I went with that? But Allah has gave you an answer to the situation that the shaitan created. Allah remind us that the shaitan only wants to cause intimacy, hatred, and separation between us. Allah don't just talk, man. Allah give clear instructions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, don't speak of his own accord. What he say is revelation. He said that the shaitan sends out his troops every day to create problems and fitna and trouble all over the earth. So one of the workers of the devil will come to Shaitan, and Shaitan will ask him, so what did you do today? He said, I caused an honest man he's been honest all his life, not known to be a liar since birth. And I made him lie. I caused them to tell a lie. I justified for him why he need to lie about this. Shaitan look at him and say, you made him lie. Go on, man. Go do something useful, man. That ain't much. So his helper be like, I ain't did nothing. No, you ain't did nothing. Get out of here and go do something. What did you do today? The next one. Oh, I took an honest man and turned him into a thief. He can't stop stealing. Matter of fact, he get hyped on stealing. He loves it. That's all you did. You just turned the trustworthy man into a thief. And you report to me that he enjoyed? Get out of here. You ain't did nothing. What do you mean I ain't did nothing? Did I tell you that he was 60 years old, had gray hair? That he was trustworthy all his youth? All the way up until he started growing gray hair before he started stealing? That ain't doing nothing? Get out of here and go do something constructive. The next one come. What did you do today? He said, oh, wait till you heard this. I've separated a man and his wife today. You did what? I separated a man from his wife today. Shaitan said, come here, my beloved. Come here, beloved. Beloved, you have done a marvelous job. I'm going to raise your rank, your status. You sit down and eat with me. Bring him some of that lamb chop over there, that prime rib. Bring that over here for him. So again, if you are married and you suffering from anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, and having emotional problems, these problems are brought on and presented to you by Shaitan and his helpers. And he was able to bring these problems to you due to some sin that you're committing. Due to some sins that you're committing. And you're not recognizing or accepting that these sins can cause you to be depressed, can cause you to be bored, can cause you anxiety. You don't want to believe it. You might ask yourself, what harm really can listening to music do? It makes you feel good. It's the messages. I get a good message every now and then. Even though Allah and his messengers already told us why the people who give you intoxicants, who gave the native Indians intoxicants, you see what that did to them? They even told you that if we give intoxicants to a messenger and a prophet of Allah, if they consume intoxicants, they described that what can happen when they started lying and slandering the prophet Noah, peace and blessings be upon him. But the message was for those who put that lie there, to those who know that they put that lie there, that intoxicants, if you guys use intoxicants now, you are not better than a prophet of the Most High. If he uses it, he is subject to fall into all types of sexual crimes. Now, you need to stay away from intoxicants. This is what the people who put this design there is teaching their people in their special centers of education. So, they give us another example of the native Indians, of Noah. They gave us an example of Samson and Delilah. Samson was an upright, God-fearing man, lived by the law and the guidance of Allah. He went over to the other side. He met a Delilah who was a Jezebel. She turned him into intoxicants and turned him into a thief, a liar, a robber, a murderer. She had him doing all kinds of things on intoxicants. Had to get him intoxicated first. In order to make the advances on the Indians that they made, they had to get them intoxicated first. In order for to get you in the position that you in today, and your marriage is suffering from depression, anxiety, you got to first being on some type of intoxicant. Whether it's from the street or from a medical script, you got to be on an intoxicant. So now, you own these intoxicants, in your marriage is going south. You due to some sin that you committed. Maybe it's a sin like the way you leave your house, the way a sister leaves her house, and the shaitan make her feel like she is more beautiful and attractive than what she actually is. So she go outside fronting, playing little devil games, sinning. Now this was exciting to her, right? The excitement of how that brother was staring at me when I made that swerve. I made that swerve and I caught him out the side of my eye. I made that swerve. He was watching. That's a shaitan. He telling you that you are more attractive than what you actually are. Now you gotta put that face on now, because you know you gotta come back past him and you gotta come back that way quick before he leaves. So now you out in the street seeking attention, which is against the instructions of Allah for a sister, single or married. Now, you did that a couple of times, and now that sin is not as exciting and thrilling as it was at first when you can just walk past with that cologne perfume on him, give him that side look, and step off. It was exciting. This disobedience to Allah, it had your adrenaline pumping. That felt good. Shaitan said, didn't that feel good? Yes, it did. I gotta get me another outfit. I gotta get me some money and go get me another outfit, another jilbab. And this time I needed to be a little bit tighter. And I need some bigger earrings. Yeah, that's right. You need that. That's a shaitan pumping you up. Yeah, that's what you need. So now you go buy you a new jilbab or kima, whatever, new pair of jeans, whatever, and you put that on and you run outside. You do your little red carpet move. Brothers is looking, and they looking with that enthusiasm. I just want you to slip. As soon as you slip, I'm gonna bounce right on top of you. Take total advantage of you. Keep playing with us. Keep being a hen running through the fox field. If I don't get you, one of my kids gonna get you. Keep on messing around in the fox patch. So now you don't feel what he feeling, what they feeling. Shaitan said, maybe you might need to stop and say, when they say Assalamu alaikum, maybe you need to say Wa alaikum assalam. And maybe you need to stop and ask a question or two. Your name ain't Jerome, is it? Do you know where Masjid, who is the Imam in Masjid, do the Masjid on 32nd Street have classes? Look at that gaze. Look how he look at me. He can't keep his eyes off. His eyes went up and down, up and down. And when I did that little spin on him so he can get that side view, like let me get that side view. Oh, his eyes is just everywhere. They're all over me. His eyes was all over you, girl. This is Shaitan talking to you. His eyes was roaming all over you. So now you go home and you then up the ante of disobedience to Allah by committing that sin of zina, which is a byproduct of tabarruj, of practicing tabarruj. So now you're sitting in your house and you fighting with yourself about going to the next level in this situation. You fighting. You know it ain't right. You don't know what the response might be. What if it don't turn out the way that you hope that it turn out? What if he reject me? What if he don't? What if he come here and he not the one that I want? And what if you in your house fighting with yourself now about the next encounter upon disobedience to Allah? This male or female, this ain't just the female walking around flaunting, having these conversations and mixing with men. Brothers do the same thing. Don't make no mistake. I'm just trying to highlight the sister right now in this video in hopes that she will stay away from it. Stay away from it. Because it is the shaitan who is constantly asking you to increase in your disobedience to Allah in this manner between men and women, that you sit in your house fighting the urge to go to another level, even to the point where maybe zina is, I might have to fall into that zina with him first. I might go ahead on eat some lunch with him or something, but we can't eat in this city. We might have to go on the other side. Go over there to the west side and do it. You have to tell him I'm going to be at my aunt's house anyway, so if he can come over that way. Maybe he live over that way, I don't know. But he or she going to make an excuse to be over that way so we can meet and see if we can take this disobedience and get that adrenaline pumping again. That feeling that we looking for when we disobedient. But every time you go home and the shaitan suggests that you go to the next level with it, and you get in that fight between yourself, Allah, and his suggestion, the shaitan's suggestion, it can become very depressing, because you are now moving into the level of danger and disobedience that can ruin your whole reputation, your honor, your self-respect, your moral system, your relationship with Allah, your leaving the sunnah, your need to hide your transgression from your other sisters or your other brothers about this situation. And it's frustrating. That's depression right there. Depression can jump right on your back just like that. Man or female. Okay, now I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Anxiety kick in now. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call her. I'm going to make the arrangement. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Yeah, just make the arrangement. You ain't got to go no further. Just a lunch, a brunch. Just go ahead. You know what? I was thinking about you today, and I was going to be over that way. Can we meet? Yeah, and yeah, it's a lunch. Yeah, okay. You ain't working today? No, I ain't working nowhere today. You ain't got no appointments, doctor? What? No, I'm just dropping the children off at my mom's house. Really? Okay, I see. Anxiety pushed you over there. Now, I hope you are now getting the picture of how sins, disobedience to Allah, and consistency upon that can be the cause of depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, emotional disturbances, all coming from disobedience to Allah, leaving alone the guidance of Allah and following the whisper of the shaitan. Because at some point, that disobedience is going to normalize. It's just like if you sneak out the house and start getting high again, or your husband start getting high again, when he first hit, he feel bad. You do it again tomorrow, you feel bad, but not as bad as yesterday. Now the shaitan telling you how you can do it and be safe doing it, and he or she don't never have to really know that I'm doing that, because they don't see me, and no matter snitch on me, they can't prove it, and they already know suspicion is a sin. So if my face is sunk in, I've been lost 60 pounds. I don't like haircuts no more. I'm wearing the same jeans or same clothes, longer than normal. All of these telltale signs that I'm falling off. It just look like that. You shouldn't be suspicious. Now he's normalized it to himself. Now you have to accept it. And now you are being depressed. You're falling into a state of depression, trying to justify the acceptance of this type of sin, this type of disobedience to Allah, this example that is brought into the house that the children is witnessing, or the anxiety that can come from hiding what you really feel about the situation. Sins can cause depression, boredom, anxiety, emotional discomfort, sins. And the answer, the prescription, is in the Quran and the Sunnah. Obedience to Allah. Oh, fear Allah, follow the messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, on the understanding of the companions, and return to sanity. And that even if that leads you to, you got 5 children and a husband that's way out there. You got you're a good husband, but your wife is just disobedient, untrustworthy. I can't work. I can't concentrate. I don't know if I want to move to the next level. I can't talk to her. And she just, Allah give us instructions. You have a wife and she's disobedient. Do you argue, fuss, cuss her out, walk out the door, slam it, forget you? I don't care. I'm going to take her. In America, they tell you when you get in there, you should just leave the house and go take a walk. That ain't what Allah say do. That ain't the instructions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. That ain't what he advises us to do. He say, you're having problems in your marriage about your wife or something that she doing. You call her to the side, you sit her down, and you run that down. You run that to her, what she doing. And then you give her a chance and you try to assist her as much as you can to rectify that situation. She still don't want to comply, then you leave the bed. And you still try to assist her to rectify that situation. And if she continues in that type of disobedience, then you tap her, you beat her. Is that beating like, come here, let me? Nah, it ain't like that. It can be something as simple as this cone and that right there. You know what the next step is. You see what I'm saying? It's not a knockdown, drag out, rough her up, body slamming, doing things to her that we wouldn't think about doing to a brother on the other side of the door. And no, it's just a simple. You know what the next step is the pronouncing of a talik. These are stages in which we have been given advice, instructions to take. And if we follow that, there can be some reconciliation. There may be some reconciliation. And if there is no reconciliation, when we depart on equitable terms, terms that will not send one or the other party into depression due to some animosity held in the heart for each other. Allah and His Messenger have the answers for such situations. It is the shaitan who is the influencer who will tell you to go from I done told you yesterday that you leave out this house, I was out. You did it, I'm out. Only the shaitan encouraged you to leave off the step of separating from the bed, the tapping, the idda period. Only the shaitan will convince you to just nullify those steps, those instructions of Allah by way of the Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because if you use those, you will live amongst each other. You won't feel no animosity, no hurt, no emotional, all this stuff will be taken care of. So if the talik did happen, you would leave on, the separation would be on equitable terms. I'm fully understanding that we both are saying it can't work. I cannot stop being a tabarij, and you won't be a day youth. So what I need is a man that would accept a certain amount of tabarij from me. He has to have a certain level of willingness to play the role of a day youth. And we're not there. You trying to hold down the sunnah, and I'm saying it's too restrictive. And this can go vice versa, men or women. The women can be holding down the sunnah, and he wants to contend and carry himself in the manner of a day youth. So fix that, man. Fix our relationship with Allah, man. Depression is and anxiety and boredom and all those things, man. Those things just come about through sin, man. And we go to Allah first. seek, hey, we need some help. We seek help from Allah first. We want some protection. We seek protection from Allah first. We don't run over there and let nobody write no script for us, give us no bunch of pills, discontrol anxiety, discontrol depression, and all the time you in zombie land. And every time you go there, he pull his ink pen out and he writing notes about you staying under the influence of these drugs, you accepting his psychology about how good you are doing and how good you feel, and that you should keep it up. Meaning, i.e., take these pills and let me convince you that you are normal now. And that if you become disappointed, want a change of a situation, something wrong with you. But anyway, I'm out, man. I'll holler at y'all, man. In this stream.